what you are doing when you wake up and you realize that you are still dreaming. Can be really scary, right? There is no escape from the illusion. So, what to do now when there is no escape? Even the seeming knowing that awareness is responsible for what we're experiencing is still happening in the dream. And I didn't choose to wake up in the dream called life. It just happened. Once you have realized that nothing is fixed, everything is changeable, and you realize you are one with God, you are awareness and so on. And then you realize that this is just a dream still. Where I used to cry almost the whole day. In the story, certain time ago, few years. Now I used to laugh almost the whole day because it is unbelievable, ungraspable. It's not for the brain. The brain does not exist. It's still part of the story. It's imagination, it's illusion. Even when I say I realize that, it's still the dreamer realizing, being in the dream. Yeah, so again, what to do with all of this? When you recognize that it was never about gaining or understanding or getting anything, because it's all imagined anyway. I do all this effort, all this hustle, when you have already that. And in having, I mean, when we talk about non-duality, imagination can only take place when there is nothing. Emptiness, which can be everything. And it is still nothing, because it is not real. It can be scary to also realize that all this hustling was not about surviving or trying to make something happen, to be someone. The underlying, I even don't know how to say the fact, truth, there are no facts, because all what I'm saying has opposites and this only exists in duality. But when you realize that there is nothing, and to really be with what is, that you never needed to stand out. It's like dying. And no one wants to die. But birth and death are only for the story. You realize that there is no one to stand out. Then there was never someone born. And there is no one to die. And who wants to hear that? But still, I'm there now, here and there. Suddenly all these words, they are not helpful anymore. I don't know how to speak about that because it is beyond words. Even beyond. And the funny thing is, now I'm sounding like the people I have discovered on YouTube and was listening to them talking, not to them, to the talking. So when no one is there, then there's just talking, hearing, and that is scary, right? The me will never get on board with that. And crazy enough, it is completely freeing. And that is not a process, it is already free. It always was, always will be. Because all the conditions, experiences, whatever, they are all happening inside the dream. And when someone says, there is no one, but yeah, I mean, you're just crazy and now you believe it so much that, of course, you talk like that. But if that wouldn't be a thing, you see, I'm running out of words. Like, how could seeing through the illusion, seeing that it is all a dream, how could that affect then what I see in my imagination when everything is outside of me, when there is a within or without? I would not have a link to that influence. But when I change how I see myself in the dream and I experience something different, then what else you want to get as proof that it is not real? So again, what to do with all of this? Do. We always want to do. For me now, there is no boundary, no border, no limit. I don't make a distinction between or difference between within and without. It's all the dream anyway. The body is in the dream. Thoughts are in the dream. Assumptions are in the dream. Buildings, people, events, shopping centers, all that stuff. It doesn't matter if 3D or 4D. It's all the dream anyways. So I'm the dream. I'm the dream by itself. And of course, if I'm deciding to dream something different, it's like having a lucid dream where you realize in the dream of the dream at night that you are dreaming and you can navigate in that dream. It's lucid dreaming, right? And now when you are also awake in the dream of your life, it's the same. You can navigate this. And what I think, it is still the dream of me, of a me, because the me was never doing anything. It's so infinitely intelligent, quote unquote, designed that it feels so real, but there is just this apparent happening, and the mind, apparent mind that seems to be there, jumps in and says, oh, I did that. Yeah, that's because I said this. And this happens so fast that of course you believe in that. And that is the glue that holds it all together. That holds this whole experience. So it's a whole experience together. And yeah, in the end, I guess it is just about enjoying this dream. And once you are awake in the dream, you cannot go back, because there is no go back, no going back. When you know the Santa Claus doesn't exist, you cannot try to believe in the Santa Claus again. Yeah, so I guess it is just about having fun in that dream. Enjoy the dream no matter what. Make the best out of it, of this illusion. But no one has to suffer. And even if pain is paining, so to say, pain is paining, because there is actually no one having that pain, and you don't identify with that anymore. That there is a localized point of consciousness having an experience. When you lose the grip on that, the pain also loses its grip on you, because it was never real. It was never yours. Even when it shows up, you're way less attached to that experience, or to believe that now you are the one who is having a pain. So yeah, I tried to undo this recognition, but no, I can't go back, because as I said, no one goes anywhere, no one comes, no one goes, no one, because there is no one. And so all of what I have told you now is just happening, seemingly, apparently. I have learned all these words that I used in these non-duality videos I've watched. Yeah, and it's crazy, because what you are actually looking for when you are seeking, it's like it's always shared not in the things, not in the people. It's always in what it implies, like you're looking for the freedom, for the love. But when all is imagined, and there is nothing to find in this imagination, you will never find it there, because it is the reflection, the hologram of what is already there. So the freedom was always there. Love, unconditional love was always there. And funny enough, when you seemingly, apparently, have these recognitions, you feel calmer and so on. And then the things you were craving for, they all seem to reveal themselves effortlessly. Because you are not contradicting your own imagination. You are not telling two stories. You are not dreaming two dreams at the same time. So, I don't know how it, quote unquote, goes further with what is happening. But I definitely, even I mean, who is I? Notice that time loses its grip on me, even space. Sometimes when I'm outside, when I come out of a shopping center or whatever, I need some seconds to orient myself where I am and where I have to go. And if that what I have told you before wouldn't be what I have told you, then I could not experience these things like losing orientation or losing time, because I have started to lose my beliefs in time and space. It would not work. But because I just imagine the whole thing, of course, I have to experience this orientation and timelessness and so on. These are the glimpses, I guess, everyone talks about. Everyone. Yeah. The glimpses on that there's something different going on than you might have thought before. And what I'm talking here will resonate with you when there's an apparent sense of awakening in the dream. So also awakening is part of the dream, because that what is already there. It's not awakening, it's not dreaming, just is. So, and with that recognition, everyday life goes on, of course. Your imagination goes on. But it feels, for the dreamer, for me, way more effortless than before. Less stress, less seeking. The seeking energy has really exhausted itself. I never thought that this could happen. Never thought in the story. And that's the real shift. As I said, the shift, all the shifts you're looking for in manifestation, all that is still for the dreamer. So you don't have to work your way up to anything, because when you are the dream and you get the apparent urge to experience something, to change your situation, then it must be so, because you are the only one which is dreaming the dream. I leave you with that. No one ever leaves, but that's for another video. So if you want that talking is apparently happen with me, then you find everything to contact me in the description box below. And yeah, have a nice dream, and I see you in the next video. Bye.